Hola a todos! Today we're going to be taking a look at the Pretérito Imperfecto tense in Spanish, so the past imperfect tense. We're going to take a look at 5 uses, then we're going to look at the conjugation of regular verbs, and then we're going to look at the conjugation of irregular verbs, and then we're going to use that knowledge that we gain in order to give some examples of each of the 5 uses. So the first use is when we want to talk about habitual past actions, so things that happened in the past repeatedly. The second use is when we want to talk about actions that were happening and then they were interrupted, or actions that don't have a specific beginning and end point. The third use is to talk about times and dates in the past. The fourth is to talk about age in the past. And the fifth is to set a setting in the past. For example, give a description about something or someone in the past. So, to conjugate regular verbs, so all we do is we remove the ending, so AR, ER, and IR, and replace it with the respective conjugation. So, for AR verbs, we take away the AR, and then we add the respective conjugation. So we have ABA, ABAS, ABA, ABAMOS, ABAIS, ABAN. For ER and IR verbs, we have IA, IAS, IA, IAMOS, IAIS, IAN. Now, there are 3 irregular verbs in the Pretérito Imperfecto. So we have ir, which is to go, and its conjugations are IBA, IBAS, IBA, IBAMOS, IBAIS, IBAN. The second irregular verb is ser, which means to be. And its conjugations are era, eras, era, éramos, erais, eran. Ver means to see, and its conjugations are veía, veías, veía, veíamos, veíais, veían. Now, it's important to recognize that for ir and ser, only the first letters of the nosotros conjugation have an accent, whereas for ver, all of the I's in each conjugation have an accent. So now let's take a look at 5 uses with examples. So for a habitual past action, let's say I wanted to say that I used to train a lot. I'm going to use the verb entrenar, right? To train. It's an AR ending verb. I am talking about myself, so I'm going to use the yo conjugation. So, yo entrenaba mucho. I used to train a lot. Okay? The second, so actions that were happening and then were interrupted. So, let's say I want to say, I was eating and then the phone rang. Right? So, I was eating when the phone rang. So, comer means to eat, and I am eating. So, comía cuando el teléfono sonó. So, I was eating when the phone rang. The third is for times and dates in the past. So, if I want to say it was the 7th of August, I would say era el 7 de agosto. Okay, it was the 7th of August. To talk about age in the past, so in Spanish, when we want to talk about age, we use the verb tener, so to have. So if I wanted to say that in the year 2000, you all were 5 years old, what I would do is I'd say, en el año 2000, todos ustedes teníais 5 años. So in the year 2000, you all had 5 years. You all were 5 years old. Now, to set a setting in the past or give a description. So, if I want to describe how my grandma was in the past, right, I could say, mi abuela era baja. My grandma was short. Now, we've looked at examples using AR, ER, and IR verbs, and then we've also used the ser verb. What about the ir and ver verb? So, if I want to say that they used to go to the cinema, I would say ellos iban al cine. So, they went to the cinema. They would go to the cinema. If I wanted to say that when I was young, I watched movies, I would say, cuando era joven, veía películas. So, when I was young, I watched movies. So that's it for this video. If you want to practice and if you want to do some exercises, I have put a link in the video description below. So take a look there if you do want to do some extra work. Otherwise, if you enjoyed the video, take a look at some of the other content on my channel that you find interesting. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a good day.